It's Carol from Roundabout the Hoosier Homestead, just kind of taking you along with me today. I'm doing a vlog that I'm going to try to break into several parts and do my first video splicing ever, so that should be fun. I kind of am dressed in some workout clothes today. I basically... Well, normally I dress in workout clothes throughout the day anyway because I work from home, so it doesn't really matter what I wear. But I want to figure out how to get my insulin pump onto a workout type outfit. So I figured it was important to dress in an outfit that I would normally wear, especially one that I would wear at the gym. So there's that. Today is Tuesday, September 18th. And I'm finally going to be having my appointment to get my pump set up. So kind of excited about that. Keeping an eye on my cat. He's, oh good, he's using the litter box. Anyway, yeah, so that's pretty exciting. I would pan out and show you a little bit more of my kitchen, but it's kind of a bit of a mess at the moment. If you follow me on Instagram, you know that Saturday I ended up in the emergency room, emergency department, A&E, whatever you want to call it, at the hospital because I was slicing some veggies and I accidentally got my thumb in the way. So yeah, that was fun. It's not a huge cut. It just got like a couple layers of skin down to the nerves, and it was bleeding uncontrollably. So it's one of those where it doesn't look like the type of thing that you would have to go to the hospital for, but because of how much it was bleeding and the fact that it wasn't stopping, kind of had to go get that taken care of. And it hurts like heck. It kind of feels, it's not the type of thing that I would need strong painkillers for, thankfully, but it is, oops, sorry, that was a bad shot, wasn't it? It is the type of thing that kind of feels like multiple paper cuts being done at once on one finger, which does not feel good at all, but yeah, just kind of a constant stinging. And let's see. I have all of my pump supplies on the table ready to go. Oops. Let's see if I can get a better shot of that. Basically, have the infusion sets and the cartridges and the pump itself, which I have named Bionic Pancreas because I'm kind of a dork. I have my insulin in my purse. Oh, side note, I actually put my Lantus in the fridge last night. I used my Lantus for the last time. Actually, it wasn't last night. It was late yesterday afternoon because I typically take it before my evening meal, which is pretty early on Mondays and Wednesdays. Excuse me, Mondays and Wednesdays. Because I have an early workout. So, anyway, that's what's going on with that. I'm going to get a bag to put all that stuff in so I can get it into my car more easily. And then I have to get some stacks ready. But before I do that, I'm going to turn this video off and make some coffee because I suspect I'm going to need my entire bout of concentration to do that. I'm kind of a little slow and sluggish mentally today because I've not been sleeping well. As it turns out, having an avulsion wound on your thumb really interferes with your ability to sleep. Who knew? Anyway, I will probably film more later, and take care, guys. Bye. All right, so I am here. I am probably not going to be filming inside the meeting because there will only be two of us in the room. So yeah, but just wanted to let everyone know that I have arrived and pump training will begin in about 15 minutes. Okay, All right, so I am now officially hooked up to my pump. I would pull it out, but I have it on my flip belt, which is around my waist, and I'm kind of getting ready to drive. I'm going to probably maybe stop somewhere and get some lunch on the way home, just because I want to try out a bolus as soon as I can. I'm like a kid at Christmas, like, oh, I have to do everything now. I was telling the diabetes educator, I opened all the boxes when they arrived because I wanted to just check everything out, and yeah, she thought that was kind of funny. But anyway, yeah, I have my basal set up. It's a little bit lower than what it had been via injections, so we'll see how that works. I don't know if I'm going to be running higher or lower now, but we'll see. I know my endocrinologist wants me to run a little bit higher than I had been, so probably going to be a little on the high side the next few days, and then we'll see about getting a higher amount of insulin. But he doesn't want me to have too many low blood sugar incidents while I'm adjusting to being on a pump, so that's understandable, and I totally get it. And I keep touching my side because I'm still getting used to it. It's kind of like when I first got used to the Dexcom, and that's part of why I had to move it to my arm. I notice it less on my arm, but my tubing is so short, I kind of have to wear the pump on my midsection, and it feels like the needle is sticking into my ribcage. It's probably not. It's something I'm going to have to adjust and get used to for the time being. Right now I'm still adjusting, but anyway, yeah, I think I already said that. Did I mention I'm incredibly tired because I haven't slept well due to the thumb injury? Anyway, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. Okay, so I ended up not stopping close to the doctor's office because I couldn't really see anything that struck my fancy in Greenwood, at least nothing that I couldn't find elsewhere. So anyway, I drove a little bit closer to home, and now am getting ready for lunch. And I just bolused almost 5 units of insulin, so that should cover any carbs that I want to eat, as well as my blood sugars, which are still a little on the high side. My basal amount is kind of small, so I'm expecting it probably won't come down right away, but hopefully everything is set up correctly. I guess I'll find out in a few hours if my blood sugar is still elevated, if I need to maybe change the site around, because yeah, it's my first time ever doing one of those. Anyway, talk to you guys later. Bye. Okay, so I just thought I would do one quick last update for the day. Probably not going to load this video until tomorrow, but just want to wrap the vlog out. It appears that the insulin pump is working, so that's good. My blood sugars had actually gone up before lunch, so shortly after putting the pump on, which I was a little bit concerned about because before I started pump training, they were around 250 something, and then I did bolus a small amount before we started the pump training, and then when I got to the restaurant, they were about 270, so approximately 15 millimoles. And then I ended up doing a correction bolus plus a carb bolus. And anyway, long story short, I also took a 30-minute walk when I got home. And they are now 202, so about 11.2 on the millimole scale, which is much better. Still not ideal, but at least my blood sugars are dropping, so that's a good sign. And yeah, that's about it for today. So thank you for coming along with me. Bye.